Hello guys, in this particular tutorial we will talk about break statements. So what do you mean by break statement? A for loop can be stopped at any time based on a condition. So let's say you have a list and that particular list has these particular elements. And let's say you only wanted to print the elements till 70. So then what happens is you can go ahead and use a break statement, and what will it do is it will only print the first three and it will stop at it won't print the rest of those. So break statement, what will it do is it can stop the for loop anytime. It will not run the conditions after that. It will not check for any conditions after that. It will just go ahead and break the loop. So let me go ahead and illustrate that with an example. So let's say we have a list of integer here, and the name of my list is called values. That's the name of my list. It is a list of integer, and I'm going to go ahead and define my list right here. So the elements that I'm going to put is, let's say 1 2 3 8 minus 1 7 9. These are my elements in my list. Now what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and loop through this array, but at this particular point after the third one I wanted to break. So what will happen is the loop will only go ahead and display these three elements, but since I have used the break condition, then it will exit the loop right there. So none of those elements after the three will get printed. So let's go ahead and let me create a for loop here, and integer I is equals to 0, I less than values dot of size. That's the size of my I plus plus. And now inside my for loop, I will check what is the value of the particular item. So if I'm going to go ahead and check the values, and if the value is equals to 3, so I'm using an equals operator to check the value. If the value is equals to 3, then I'm going to go ahead and break it. Means I will exit the loop right there. And then what will happen is none of the elements are going to get printed. So let me go ahead and have a system debug statement, and we'll see what elements will get printed. And here I'm going to go ahead and display these elements. So now let's go ahead and walk you through how this loop gonna work. So we have a list here of 1 2 3 8 minus 1 7 and 9. These are the elements in my list. What my for loop is saying, inside of my for loop I have an integer variable which is initialized with 0, and the values.size method is going to return me the size of the list, which is going to be equals to 7, because there are 7 elements in the list. That's why the size is going to be 7. And then I'm saying I plus plus is my increment I'm using. So first thing what will happen is I less than the size? Is 0 less than 7? Yes, that is correct. 0 is less than 7. So because the value of I is 0 right now, and then it will go ahead and print values off of 0. So which element is at index 0? Number 1. So that is at index 0. So it will go ahead and print the number 1 here. Then it checks here if the values of 0 item is the element at index 0 is equals to 3. No, it is not equals to 3. The value is 1. So that's why it will not go inside the loop and it will not break it. Then it will go to this I plus plus. Now what is the new value of I now? I became 1. Now what is the condition? Is 1 less than 7? Yes, 1 is less than 7. System.debug values of I. So what is the element at index of 1? The index of 1 is this 2, because if you remember, the list goes like this. Now by this time you already know what the list is. 1 2, this is an index of 2, then you have 3 at index of 2, then you have 8 at index of 3, minus 1 you have at index of 4, then you have 7 at index of 5, and then you have 9 at index of 6. So what element is there at index of 1? Number 2. So now is 2 equals to 3? No. So it will not go inside the break loop and it will not go ahead and break. Then it will go to the I plus plus. So what is the new value of I now? The new value of I is 2. Is 2 less than 7? Yes. 2 is less than 7. So what is the value of I? I became 2. Now is 2 less than 7? Yes. 2 is less than 7. So now what's going to happen? What is the element at index of 2? That is 3. So now at this point it is 3, so it is going to go ahead and print 1, 2 and 3, and then it is checks here. Is the element at index of 2 is equals to 3? Yes. Then it will go ahead and break this loop. Means it will right away exit out the loop And then what will it do? It will not even run the rest of the conditions. It will not go after this remaining ones. It will only display till 1, 2, and 3. Let me go ahead and execute it. So we're going to go ahead and click on the execute button. As you can see, it only displays up till 1, 2, and 3. Now if I go back and change it to, let's say, 7, if the values is equals to 7, so now in this case what will happen is it will go ahead and loop through each of the elements until it reaches 7, and once it reaches 7, then it will go ahead and break. So what will happen is the output of the program would be 1, 2, 3, 8, -1, and 7. It will not go ahead and execute the next stage. So this is how the break works. Break will completely stop the for loop. So break will completely stop the for loop. So let's go ahead and execute this. And now let's see what's going to be the output. If you go to the debug only, you'll see it will display everything till 7. Once it encounters 7 in the list, then it will go ahead and break. That's what the purpose of the break statement is. Let's go ahead and do another example. Let's say I have a for loop and I'm trying to display numbers from 1 to 10. So let's say I want to display number 1 to 10, and then let's say that's my for loop which is going to display. But if I go ahead and put a break at 5, so what will happen is the loop will right away stop at this point and it will not go further down. So what I mean here is, let's say I'm going to go ahead and create a for loop, and let's say integer I is equals to 1, initialize with I less than equals to 100, I plus plus. And then I'm going to go ahead and display the elements. So I'm going to go ahead and display the value of I here. And then if the value of I is equals to, let's say, 5, then what I'm doing, I'm saying break. I'm using the break statement. So what happens is whenever the value of I becomes 5, at that time the loop will stop right away. It will not go beyond that. So let's go ahead and walk you through how this loop will work. So we initialize the value of I with 1. Then this is the initialization part, only runs once. Then the condition is 1 less than equals to 100? Yes, 1 is less than 100. So it will go ahead and print the value of I, which is 1 here. So it will go ahead and print I. If I is equals to 5, 1 is not equals to 5, right? So it will not go ahead inside the break and it will not break it. Then it will come to I plus plus. Now what is the new value of I? The new value of I becomes 2. 2 is less than equals to 100. Yes, that is correct. So now what will it do? It will come inside the loop. Since the condition is true, it will go ahead and print the value of I. What is the value of I? 2. So it will go ahead and print 2. If I is equals to 5, what is the value of I? 2. Is 2 equals to 5? No. It will not go inside that and it will not break. So the loop still continues. Then it will go ahead and do I plus plus. Now what is the new value of I? New value of I is 3. Is 3 less than equals to 100? Yes, that is true. So the condition still holds good. It will come inside the for loop and it will print the value of I, which is 3. So it will go ahead and print 3. Is 3 equals to 5? No, that is not correct. So it will not go into the break statement. It will go ahead and click I plus plus. What is the new value of I? I became 4. Is 4 less than equals to 100? Yes, 4 is less than equals to 100. Condition still holds good. System.debug of I. It was going to go ahead and display the value 4 here. Now, is I equals to 5? No, 4 is not equals to 5. That's why still the break condition does not meet. Then what will happen is it will go to I plus plus. So now the new value of I becomes 5. The condition is 5 less than 100? Yes, 5 is less than 100. That's good. It will come inside the loop and print the value of I, which is 5. Is I equals to 5? Yes. Is the value of 5? I is 5? Yes, the value of I is 5. That's when the break will get executed and the loop will stop right there. It will not go ahead and continue after 5. It will just stop right there because it encountered a break statement. So let's go ahead and look at the output of the program. So if I go ahead and hit the execute button, go to the debug section here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now what happened is it only displayed till 5 elements. Even though our loop was supposed to run from 1 till 100, but since it encountered the break statement, it stopped there and if the condition met. If the condition never meets, let's say I'm saying is I equals to -5, the condition never met. So then this loop will keep on going. So at this time, there will not be any chance where the I would become equal to -5. That's never going to happen, right? So that's why what will happen is there is no break statement will get executed and the loop will keep on going till 100. So let's go ahead and see debug. You can see that the loop keep on going here, and if you go ahead and scroll down, you're going to see up till 100. So it will all the way to 100. So whenever the for loop encounters the break statement, and if the condition for the break statement meets, and if the break statement get executed, the for loop stops right there.